So, I've been playing this FPS game called Valorant. It came out, I want to say, almost 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Um, Dude, that game is so fun to play, and it's so freaking frustrating because I want to get good at it, but I'm not good at games that revolve with like precision and like utter just perfect strategy and like game knowledge. It's like it takes up so much of my time, and I'm kind of disappointed that I put a lot of my time into it, but I'm just not getting any better. Like, I don't know. It sucks.
Damn. Are you just not good at first-person
I mean,
shooters?
okay, so
or-
I used to play Call of Duty a lot back in high school and somewhat college. But Call of Duty is a completely different thing compared to like CS:GO and Valorant. So, like in Call of Duty, I would just rush, jump through building or jump cross corners and just mow them down with a light machine gun or a submachine gun. And then you try to do that in CS:GO and Valorant, and it's just like, what are you doing? You're being completely stupid, and you're gonna lose the game, and that's what happened. So I'm not used to the aim techniques and just the overall gameplay or the game style or the
So it's more
yeah,
tactics.
essentially yeah. It's just that, and I'm trying to like I try to play as smart as I can and more tactical. And like I want to say I have my good days where I'm like, oh, I've killed 30 people and I've died 12 times out of 20 something rounds or something, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm doing very good. But then other times it's like, okay, I'm 0 kills, 14 deaths, and we're getting beaten 12-0.
Oh, that's discouraging.
And it's like, fuck, dude, like I don't want to fucking play this game. Like it's so frustrating. But, it happens and I like it. I actually did a YouTube or not a YouTube video, but I did edit down a video that I want to share you guys. The thing is, it has a huge ass watermark on it because it was a free software that I used, and it has a giant ass watermark in the middle of the screen. And I'm like, okay, so I just spent all like 3 days worth of editing for this giant ass watermark to be in there, and now I can't upload it. I mean, I could, but
Did you use a free screen capture program?
no. So I have the recording came out perfect. Like there's nothing wrong with it. But it's after I exported the video from the editing software, it
Oh.
exports it with a giant ass watermark on it.
Because you're using some free,
Yeah,
some light version.
Yeah.
That's messed up. Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, like what is this dough shit, dude? Like I don't want that. And so I'm looking for other alternative means because I think it was
Alright.
funny. I think I did a good job, and as of right now, I'm looking for other alternative means.
Well, have you considered how much does the program cost? Because maybe like you don't have to
Dude,
re-edit
that thing
it.
costs like $500.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pay $500 for that.
No, don't do that.
I think even what's the one that you have? Final Cut.
Final Cut, dude. I got
Yeah,
Final
Final
Cut because I got Final Cut and Logic and Main Stage all at the same time, and I'm like, it's $200. I need to buy Logic anyway. I might as well get Final Cut for the same price, right?
Yeah,
like
well,
for this, like
right.
for free.
But Final Cut right now it's still expensive as hell.
Dude, I was salty about Final Cut because I got it for like I think 150 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of my good friends, it was in San Francisco, he was like, "Oh, yeah, I have a free thing, do you want to download it?" I was like, "Oh, really?"
Really?
That was probably a week later.
Well, it probably wasn't free. It was probably he paid for the bundle with Logic for $200
Yeah,
and then
but
got
I could have got that free.
yeah, that's disappointing.
Damn.
So tell him to send it to me. I want it.
But it would have been under his license.
Yeah,
it would have
yeah,
been
yeah,
under his license. So it's honestly it's better. Like it's better just
That's
to have
fair.
your own stuff.
It's always great to support the makers of whatever you're into. However, they have to understand that many people throughout the world don't have the means to afford $1,000 bundles that only includes like 2 or 3 instruments. I'm looking at you, Spitfire.
Yeah.
Like
Spitfire,
I
yeah.
love them.
Honestly,
I
I'm
love
disappointed
Spitfire.
with Spitfire.
No, I love Spitfire. So for those of you who don't know, Spitfire is it's a sound like music library, right, or sound library.
They make samples.
Yeah, they make samples for composers and other various things. Was mainly for composers, right?
I don't know. They sample instruments. They have a great
Right,
recording
okay.
studio.
Yeah, so they sample instruments and whatnot. They release it, and they're considered to be one of the best in regards to quality. But dude, they did a recent one. It was like the BBC Symphony Library.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Dude, that thing's like $1,200, man.
No, I didn't notice. First of all, I love Labs. I'm glad that they have a
Yeah.
bunch of free stuff. And if you don't have it, go get it. Like Theo, like if you do any sort of stuff, like any sort of writing, go get Labs. It's free. There's no reason not to have it.
Oh, nice.
And I'll send you a link.
Alright.
And I highly recommend to everyone who's to our one listener, like our one family member who actually listened to this. Anyway, yeah, go get Labs. But I've bought a couple libraries from Spitfire, and they're like, they get the job done. But like, I don't know. I haven't been thrilled with the way that they sound, and it might also just because I opted for like a cheaper, drier library. I got the Spitfire Studio Strings, which actually they're really great. Like they have a lot of like great features, and I like that you can like adjust the the distance, and a lot of the articulation patches are really good. But like to me, they never sound as like full and rich, like especially the legato patches. Like they're not like there are a couple libraries like I think CSS Cinematic Studio. Cinematic Studio Strings, not CSSS Cinematic Solo Studio Strings, which I have, which is also great. But CSS Cinematic Studio Strings, like they make a really, it's this Australian company. They make like a really great legato string library that I might invest in at some point soon. And it's like cheaper than like the good Spitfire. Like, man, I don't know. It's such a sinkhole of money and stuff. And I'm like, I really like it's gonna take me so long to make back the money that I spent on samples using the samples. You know what I mean?
Do you every single day use them to write something,
No.
or for the purpose of making money?
No. For the purpose of making money and use them to write something are like totally different things, right? Because like, I probably use them
As in
a couple times a week.
Well, what I'm trying
Like,
to say is,
realistically,
what I'm
like,
trying
I
to say
actually
is,
do
what
use
I'm trying to say is, do you, or are you getting gigs currently? Like, are you searching for them?
No, like honestly, the last thing that I got that I could potentially make money from was like a student film that I've been working on since last year that I'm really proud of, and I love how it's coming out, and I'm very excited about it. But everything's on hold, and also like I'm not doing it for the money, you know. I'm doing it because like I really like the people that I'm working with. I think it's a really worthwhile project, and it's been a lot of fun. But like, you know, like I'm just talking in terms of like things that I could get paid for. Like I don't know like what that's gonna end up being like, but like, yeah, I haven't had a paid project in a long time. I think so like I haven't made money writing music since sometime last year.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, in a way, it's like, how do you expect to make back the money that you invested into it if you don't try to get back the money you've invested into?
Oh, dude, it's not a matter of trying. Like it's just been my priorities have been somewhere else. You know, like I think
Right.
like obviously I think ultimately all of this is going towards being able to be paid for music, right? All of this is going towards my career, and so like at the time, like last year, I was focusing on finishing up school, and then this year it's been a lot of like literally just looking for jobs. And actually I have been looking for ways of like I spent the whole month of February just and the beginning of March just applying to places, and the end of January, and I honestly stopped looking when I realized that no one was getting back to me because like no one is looking to hire people right now. So it was just, I don't know. It's just a weird situation. You know, I think that if this wasn't going on, I might actually be making money using the samples. But, you know, you never know. I don't know. It's all very, very weird. But I've been using the samples for, like, you know, Instagram video stuff, which, you know, obviously I'm not making money off of that, but it's been a lot of fun, and it's been a good way to stay sane and keep my production chops up. Which is always really disappointing because I spent hours and hours finalizing a mix, and then I upload it to Instagram and they fucking compress it to shit. Like it's such a frustrating feeling. I don't know if you saw the video. I uploaded a video yesterday and I spent hours on that mix. Like because sometimes I get lazy and I'm like, the instrumental of the song isn't interesting enough. Like I don't want to just track guitar, whatever. So I do like these big like vocal mixes, and I spend a lot of time like, and I like make sure everything's in the right place in like the stereo This is getting too technical. The point is that like I spend a lot of time making it sound the way I want, and then I put it onto Instagram, and they compress the audio so far that like it just sounds like mud, and it makes me sad, which is why I'm gonna upload everything to YouTube. But anyway, yeah, should we call it? Should we do like a summary, like not a summary, but like a
End
what
card?
we have planned? Huh?
Like an end card?
Sort of. I mean, I was just thinking like, so going forward, we have like some stuff planned for this week. I'm going to release, this podcast over the course of the week. Hopefully be able to put the full podcast on some sort of listening platform next weekend. We have our first D&D game.
Okay, don't say that yet. We probably want to notify that we have our game, right?
What do you mean?
Is all this thing going in or no?
Yeah. No, I was going to say like, we're going to have our D&D session. We're going to post it on Friday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it. But yeah. Anything else?
We'll see how much of my audio is salvageable.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, goodbye.